Yeah, yeah, all this money on me. Yeah, yeah, cash rules all around me. Yeah, yeah, all this money around me. Yeah, yeah, cash rules all around me.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, how you feel like a man? Who is that? I tell them long, little real, I stay true to that. Hey, no, man, how you feel like a man? Who is that? I tell them long, little real, I stay true to that.
Hey, big bags, my back ache through customs. You travel like you must be tough out of your luck, huh? I'm that go-to when she down to come through clutch, huh? Sit brown till I'm flush time. My drip, drip, real plush, huh? Internet tea off a blue pill. Hand grip stack of the blue cheese. Turn that to a bag at a new crib. Nice big spot by the seaside. Never stressed on for a handout. Niggas ain't on, but I be on. Niggas ain't on, need to rewrite. Yeah. Gold fronts and shoulder, color of my soul. Fuck who you think you is, you got me in a mode. Where I'm from, we live and die by the code. Either that or sell your soul to get a roll. Black boy joy, she wanna see the Forbes like I wanna see her form. Tell me what you for, yeah. Hey, they pay me what I'm owed, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All this money on me. Yeah, yeah. Cash rules all around me. Yeah, yeah, all this money around me. Yeah, yeah, cash rules all around me.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, how you feel like a man? Who is that? Hey, I tell them long, little real, I stay true to that.
hey,
Cool by the king, got drip by the way, yeah. Hey, yeah, We be independent living, you $1 million slave, yeah. Hey, yeah, Tell them keep it simple, stupid, cause it's all about the feeling. Hey, yeah, They done fucked around and let some young niggas in the building. Hey, yeah, I'm a suave young player like the fan with a hot sheet. Hey, yeah, Got that 30 on me, baby, hit a nigga with a plot twist. Hey, yeah, If your pocket's broken, shawty, I can hit you with the remedy. Hey, yeah, And I keep it thorough, baby, you can tell it by my energy. Hey, yeah,
black boy joy, she wanna see the Forbes like I wanna see her form. Tell me what you for, yeah. Hey, they pay me what I'm owed, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All this money on me. Yeah, yeah. Cash rules all around me. Yeah, yeah. All this money around me. Yeah, yeah. Cash rules all around me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want to thank everybody for the support you guys gave. That's not supposed to happen. Hey, there we go. Hey, it's been forever. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
cool. You can. Hey, what's up? This is A1. Welcome back, everybody. This We Are LA, the People's Forum. You know, I've been doing other stuff, but we back right now. So I'm just having a little technical difficulties, but we about to get it in 1 second. Go ahead and say something. I just got my battery about to die. So hold on. Say something. Introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody, it's Miss G. Welcome back. We're ready to have a good discussion today, and I'm about to bring some facts. Okay. Okay.
Hey everybody, this your boy Mr. Snaggerpuss, and we coming with politics and nothing but the facts today. I got history. I got some history with me, and I got some other facts that they ain't know nothing about. Yeah, going down today.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is East Coast Chris. Everybody knows that just on the east side here, I'm the outcast. So I'm not at the camera today. It's all good. I'm in here.
Shit. All right, my bad.
Where y'all ninjas been?
He said, what? All right, I'm back. We almost lost everything. Phone's about to die. What's up, Q City, Cloud Gangster, and everybody else? Y'all tap in. Thank y'all for tapping in and hold on. When Snagglepuss talking, he like to do all this talking. He get quiet. He don't want to say nothing.
No, he already said his spiel.
All right, so we got Chris is the black screen. You see Miss G right there, and Snagglepuss, of course. So tonight's Trump 2024. I'm with you, Cloud Gangster. All right, but tonight we're gonna be talking about this obsession with Trump and this terrible economy and this administration that's so bad. But so go ahead, Snagglepuss. I know you want to start.
Well, we already know where to start at. We're gonna start with the raid at Trump's house yesterday, the shenanigans. You know, Trump, they asked him, did he feel like he needed to be present while they was raiding his house? And he didn't hesitate. With no hesitation, he said, that's no bother, that's no worry. They just violated my constitutional rights, my Fifth Amendment, and my presidential privilege. Like, when this ain't doing nothing but making Donald Trump more like the savior they making him look like right now. He's going to be the savior of America. Donald Trump's going to have to come save America again. Watch what I tell you. If the Democrats, if they don't mess up every day worse and worse and worse, and then they got their own people agreeing to it. Like, and y'all standing allowing them people to mislead us and spend our money the way they want to. They ain't giving y'all nothing. They just steady spending money, blowing it in other countries, just giving it away. Y'all ain't got nothing. Only thing I can say is that's just an assault on Donald Trump's legacy. They trying to prevent him from his next presidency. They ain't doing nothing but giving him attention and letting everybody know that, yeah, we know they what they gonna do? They gonna find drugs in his house? They gonna try to do drugs? Man, Donald Trump don't even live there. He don't even be there. That's just a resort. I don't know what made them think that it was evidence at the resort. You know, Donald Trump got a house in the hood in LA, but they didn't go there and search that house. He probably there chilling by himself right now. Donald Trump don't need security in LA. All the Crips and Bloods, they support him. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Donald Trump is the most powerful man waiting to get back into politics.
Absolutely.
So, I think I done said enough right now. Somebody might not like what I said. But he gonna come save America again. Watch what I tell you. Forget making it great. He gonna save it. You know, I got this hat on eBay for sale right now. This is an original Make America Great hat again, and I got this off of Donald Trump's head. He gave it to me personally.
$299.
No, I got it on bids. It's starting at 200,000. And if anyone wanna try to jump in the bids, this is for sale. 200,000, and it was on Donald Trump's head. Oh man.
Oh man, don't sell that. But hey, what's up, Miss G? It's all you. You got anything to add to what Snagglepuss just said?
Yeah, I mean, I like Trump and all, but I agree with what Renee said in the comments when she said they will have Trump killed before they let him become president again. That's part of this whole raid, this whole everything that they're doing is all a part of trying to make sure that he is not going to be able to run for president again. These are the typical FBI tactics. Okay, the hound dogs of America. They use them to try to get rid of anybody who believes in freedom. So I'm not surprised that this is happening. And just like John Lennon, just like JFK, just like Martin Luther King, just like Malcolm X, yeah, the FBI and is going to make sure that he's probably out of here.
Well,
Don't the FBI
Donald
run
Donald
the
Donald Trump
drug
ain't
test?
going nowhere, and that's just what I believe. But that's it. But go ahead, Chris. Chris, you on the line? You got anything to say, Chris?
I just think it is what it is. You know, he got raided. Here's are the facts. He was raided. They were in negotiations of getting all the other material back from him, the material that he ripped up and was in shambles of trying to put back together with tape, because he was trying to destroy the documents to which he had. It is a fact that he was in negotiations with the DOJ to return those documents in amount of time. That was in June. Here we are. We're stepping up, in August, where he had probably, just like a normal person, had probably 30 or 60 days to comply with that order, and he didn't. So this is the cause and effect of things happening. You have to have the documents returned. If they are not released, you have to release those documents back to where they belong. They're not his documents. They're the people's documents.
What
Hey,
document?
Chris.
Is
Chris.
that criminal? Is that a criminal
It
charge
is
or
criminal. It
I got
is.
a
It is
question, Chris.
for each one, for each piece of paper that
Chris,
he does
who
not
is
return,
responsible for
that was
turning in
taken,
that
that
type
was
of
taken
material?
away. I'm trying to answer a question. Don't ask me a question when I'm answering a question. Do me a favor. I'll never do it to you. Don't do it to me. When you are asked to return documents that are not deemed declassified, he can't declassify any of those documents. The reason why? He's no longer the president. He cannot declassify anything because he's not the president anymore. He thought he could. He can't. DOJ said, give me the documents back. I know you destroyed a lot of it. He tried to tape them up, put them back. Who knows what he did? Media, flushing the toilets, whatever. Who cares? I don't even know what they're talking about. But obviously, the documents that we recorded back in June that they knew that he has to release those back. And what's to say if he doesn't return those? Does he get away with it? Do you think he should get away with it? That's what they were there for. It's pretty simple.
Hey.
So when did the law change that made that criminal?
What? To declassify and take classified documents away from the United States government?
Yes.
No. The president.
Because according to, in November of 2014, President Barack Obama signed the Presidential and Federal Records Act amendments, which require government officials to forward any official correspondence to the government within 20 days. Even under this new law, however, the penalties are only administrative and not criminal. So when did they start making them criminal?
Are you talking about classified documentation? Show me that document. I'd love to see that document of classified information.
How do you know it was classified? Who told you it was classified?
You're telling me. Let me see what document you're talking about. Let me see the document. Tell me what document you're talking about.
What the November 2014, President Barack Obama signed the Presidential and Federal Records Act amendments. What you can Google it.
All right. Let me look into it. Then I can. You had time to read it. You put me in a spot. Let me see where it is. Send me a link. I'll be more than happy to read it and see if it says anything about declassification or classified, documents that can be declassified or not classified.
Well, I gave you the information. You can do your own research like I did.
It don't sound. It doesn't say anything in there being classified documentation not being returned. Does
How
it
do
say
you know?
anything in it?
How do you know that it was classified documents? Well, who told you this?
They already told him he needs to
Who
return
is
those
they?
documents. Look at the stuff. The facts are the
Who is
facts.
they?
And back in June, he was asked multiple times,
Okay.
and they were trying to negotiate all these documents coming back. And they were classified documentations. So what are you going
But
to do
there's
when
level
he's
of
charged with?
classification, though, Chris. So what are
What are
you
you going to do?
saying?
Chris,
What are you going to do when
what y'all
it's
fail to
classified
realize is
documentation?
that
Let me
the
look it up. Let me
presidential
look it
system
up for
has
you.
a
I
chain
didn't
of
look up the
command.
law, but you know what? We're talking about law. Let me see what the charges are for altering or hiding classified documentation from a federal government.
Do you really
And
believe? Do
it
you
depends
really
on the
believe
case.
that Donald Trump hid anything classified? Everything that the president did when he was in office was recorded and modified. So at the end of his term, everything that was recorded, which he declared as classified, was classified. But
All right.
who's
Let me say
responsible
this.
for
Here, I just
turning in
looked it
those
up.
documentation?
All
The
right.
Secretary of
I'm
State.
trying to.
The
I'm trying to
Secretary,
reply to
the Government
somebody.
Secretary. He doesn't
I'm
have
trying to
the
reply.
president don't want
Let me know when I can talk.
right before he signed him into office. Then they pick him up and go out the room with him. The president don't even touch this shit. So who the fuck is responsible for turning in the paperwork? His goddamn Secretary of State. So it ain't even the president's responsibility to turn in classified documents. He has a staff, a team of people that they know if they had 20 days to turn it in after he gave over his election, they did what the fuck they were supposed to do, comply by law. Y'all talk about some shit. Biden been in office a whole goddamn year now, a year and a half, 2 years. They're fucked up. Now all of a sudden you want to go see if he got some papers at his resort in Florida? If you're gonna go anywhere, why don't you go to his permanent residence? But they don't want to tell y'all where he really lives at. But see, this is the bullshit. He don't have no classified information. And if he do, it's his classified information. Just like right now. They just now starting to release Reagan's classified information because Reagan had it in his desk, in his office, at his house to the day he died. And then they was able to get it. But now all of a sudden, we got a president that done served his term, and he can't keep his classified information. What's classified is classified. So now y'all can go back, take his classified information, and get that into the public for business. That's some bullshit. That ain't nothing but a political. That ain't nothing.
All right, hold on, Snaggerpuss, because it's a two-way conversation. So you gotta let everybody reply. So we got to mute you for 15 seconds because I know you get worked up and your energy be flowing. Probably need to smoke a blunt or do something. But go ahead, Chris.
So I don't know what she's talking about with Obama. 18 U.S. Code 1924, unauthorized removal or retention of classified documents or material, is a law since 1924. There were some alterations in 2002, which is 116 Stat 1809. But that's about it. It had nothing to do with Barack Obama, and it's classified information of the United States. The only person that declassifies is the archives, just like JFK's information was supposed to be declassified last year. Do you see it? Nope. You ain't going to see it because there's too much stuff that the government doesn't want you to know about. It's pretty simple. Him and his documentations, you can talk about whatever. It was
But you keep avoiding the chain of command, Chris. It's not the president's responsibility to turn in shit. You can look up all the definitions like bullshit y'all want to.
It's not his responsibility to take it. He took it, bro. He took it from the White House. He took it from the White House. It's not his. It's the people's.
What?
It's pretty simple.
Took what?
Everything that you do as a president is recorded and kept. If you don't know that, you truly do not know the law. It is not his material. It is the people's. He is there to act as the president. He's not there to be a paper collector. You think he's there to be a paper collector?
Exactly.
No. He signs and pushes papers around. Tell me I'm wrong. Does he sign documents and push them around? That's what his job is. It's not to keep paper.
No. They present the documents to him right before his desk. He signs them, then they walk away with the documents.
That's right.
You don't never see the documents ever again.
There you go. Why does he have classified information with him? Why is he taking classified information?
How can he take anything that he never possessed? Thank you. Common sense, Chris.
It's in his
Common
safe, bro.
goddamn sense.
It's in his safe, bro.
It's a Democrat
You're
finale.
gonna feel like a fool when it comes out. You're gonna feel like a fool when it comes out that it was documents that was in his safe that were probably the most captivating documents. It's going to be mind blowing. I can't wait to find out. But you know what? We won't find out. It'd be just like JF, the shooting, in the knoll, at JFK, going down the road, in a parade. We ain't going to know.
And who was involved with that, Chris?
The shooter was inside the car.
I can tell you this. It wasn't someone
that
was hiding
inside the car.
Somebody hiding documents from the federal government that shot.
Oh, the same FBI you're trusting about going in there and finding stuff on Donald Trump.
Oh, so you don't believe in the FBI? You don't? Let me ask you guys. All right, let me reply to that. You're laughing. It's okay. Who's the appointed person for the FBI? Who was appointed there?
When? We talking about from the very beginning?
Yeah. Who was
J. Edgar Hoover? Him? Are you talking about the one for 47 years? What are you talking about?
No. Who's in power right now at the FBI? Who was appointed to the FBI?
I get double points because I'm not an American.
Wait, hold on. I just want to say, we got Tal on the line. My Canadian buddy. What's up, Tal?
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Let a Canadian answer the question.
Christopher Wray's the name of
that. Is exactly right. His name is Chris Wray. He was appointed by who? Let me ask the Canadian guy. Who was he appointed to? Donald Trump. How many years ago, sir?
I think it was at the beginning of his presidency.
It was 5 years now. He was appointed by Donald J. Trump 5 years ago in the FBI. Absolutely.
Okay, hold on then.
Let a Canadian
tell you. We already been arrested and we bonded out.
I have a different question then. So you don't trust the FBI. I guess this is for Ms. G and Snag. So you guys don't trust the FBI because they raided Donald Trump.
I'm not trusting the FBI. What are you talking about? This don't have nothing to do with Donald Trump or my beliefs. These people have sat around, look up all the people who've been killed that have been trying to free the people, liberate people, talk any type of freedom, talk any type of wanting to make changes to the world that's not in the whoever.
Like Al Qaeda?
They are killed, and it's always an FBI informant or the FBI involved.
Like Al Qaeda.
Can I ask y'all a question?
I'm gonna need
Have y'all really ever evaluated the JFK shooting?
Can you give us one? Let me hear one that you know of that the FBI was involved with. At
A1.
Yeah.
Let me hear.
I said John Lennon. I said Malcolm X. I said Martin Luther King. I said Viola.
Can we come into this decade? Can we come into this decade?
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Well, the people
We're
in
talking
charge
about-
are not the same
George
people.
Floyd.
That happened
George
years ago,
Floyd.
30, 40,
You're
50
talking
years
about
ago.
shit,
Just
racist
disregard it because it
bullshit.
still happened years
You're
ago.
right.
So just because it happened then, we're gonna start trusting the same corrupt
Oh.
system now that's
Well,
doing the
times
same
have
thing.
changed,
over and over.
right?
Yep. Just like guns. Guns have changed.
Like-
You know, there was a
George Floyd, Orlando. We got
Miss G.
little boy.
Would
got a
you
lot
be
of
with
people.
Emma
Like you're
Cohen?
cool with the FBI when they
Times
George
have
Floyd was
changed.
going to be the
Like
next president of the
Al-Qaeda,
United
right?
States. And we ain't even know it. That man just got out of rehab, cleaned his life up, and was finna start getting into politics. And y'all didn't even know it. George Floyd was going to be the next president of the United States, and they killed him off.
Oh my
Choked his
God.
life out of him right there in the middle of the street.
I don't know about that part. Now I ain't co-signing.
No,
that.
I'm dead serious. George
But-
Floyd was an
Sign him up.
intellectual.
But any type of revolutionists, things like that, they make sure they kill them. That's just what it is. I don't know why y'all acting oblivious to the information. You sitting
I
up
just
here
want
talking
y'all to
about
pay attention.
Chris,
20
and you
or
know
30
who
years
was
ago.
behind
Miss
it.
G, come on. You're talking
Chris.
about stuff 20, 30 years
Come
ago. Come
on.
on.
What are you
Chris,
doing?
can you do me a favor? Can you look up the assassination of JFK?
Dude, I looked at it multiple amount of times.
Okay, so did you see that the shooter was inside the car? Why do you think JFK wife tried to jump out the goddamn car and run?
His
That
head
bullet
jumped out
came
of the
from
car, bro.
underneath the back,
He
underneath the front
he
seat.
didn't have a chance to run, bro. His brain ran out of the car, bro. That was, the last
Yeah,
thing that went
he
through
was
his
shot
last
from
thing
an
that
under
went through his
projection.
brain
He
was
wasn't
a
shot
bullet.
through the forehead. He was shot up the knee. That man, the
You say so.
passenger on the
I
driver's
respect
side of the
you.
car
I'm just going to agree
stuck
with
his
you.
hand through the side and shot him.
All right.
And
I
you
don't
can
know
see the
about that
footage.
part, but all I'll say is in 2017, Donald Trump asked them to release that information, and they keep playing. So they keep hiding it, redacting it, and doing all other kind of stuff, trying to give you bits and pieces at a time. So
And you're
clearly
right.
we know who's behind always some bullshit. And it's clearly the FBI. So honestly and truly, you send somebody else in. If we really trying to get some evidence and we really trying to accuse somebody, the FBI are the last people on the planet to sit up there and go in and try to fetch some documents and all that other kind of stuff.
I hope it's a lot of document stuff in there. I pray to God it is. I hope it's all classified.
I
So
know you do. I know you do.
I have a point on that, and what some people have been saying, or what I've been reading, is that maybe Trump wasn't just taking souvenirs. What if he was taking classified state secrets, and what if Trump is selling them to foreign entities? Some people are saying that's a possibility. Now hold on that point. Let me finish up by saying, now, the FBI, when they execute a search warrant, they release it and they tell you what they were looking for and what they found and what the reasons. So if Trump was done dirty, as everybody's claiming, he would be posting that search warrant up, right? Because
he wouldn't care.
He wants to show. Yeah, he wants to show his innocence. I'm innocent. So here's what they came and looked for. But then I don't have this. They broke into my safe. That's the funniest thing about the whole thing.
They broke into my safes.
That safe, a lock only keeps the honest people.
So, as you know, and I know, anybody that knows anything about law, you must disclose what your searches and seizures are about. Everybody has the Fourth Amendment right. No,
sir,
Snag, it's not the Fifth. It's not the Fifth Amendment. Fifth Amendment is to be quiet and not hold your own self accountable for your own actions. And the Fourth Amendment is holding your own documents. So you still have that, even though a judge has ruled against you to grab these documents. It must be shown on that search warrant what they specifically. They can't just say he might have marijuana in the safe. They got to have proof in the pudding that he had documentation to which needed to be returned, which was not returned, and specifically what documents to probably even know what they're going to talk about. So what is everybody going to do when they actually say these are actually the documents that we already told him back in June to have in our possession, our possession within 60 days? And he did not comply with stolen at that point, stolen classified documentation and documented stolen.
You know what, Chris? You the most law-abiding citizen I've ever seen in my entire.
You're right.
You don't break no laws. You don't do nothing.
Oh no, I don't break two laws at one given time.
It's crazy to me how you think that this world operates according to the laws they put down. We clearly know that's a goddamn lie in real life. So I mean, you sit up here, yeah, you can read all these codes, you can read all that shit all you want to. The reality is
but he don't want to use his common sense.
And some people don't. And there's people out there that have the power not to follow it. And you sitting up here acting like that's just non-existent. I mean, what baffles me when I have these discussions with you, you act like that everybody in Congress is law-abiding citizens. Every president we had was a law-abiding citizen. You act like everybody in the Pentagon is a law-abiding citizen. You act like everybody in the FBI is a law-abiding citizen. You act like everybody in the CIA is a law-abiding citizen. I don't give a damn how many statutes and codes and amendments and this that you be wanting to call out. Reality is, it's a lot of people out there don't follow that shit, and they got the power not to follow that shit.
Yeah, and it's like the fake people that swore an oath that don't give a shit about it. It's like the people that held up the right hand and they said, I solemnly fucking swear, and you don't give a shit.
Go with that self-righteous bullshit. Knock it off.
Yeah.
We live in reality, sir.
You say that shit about whatever you believe in. But let me tell you something, Miss G. Let me tell you something.
So please,
millions of people died for millions of
people. Corruption don't exist, no nothing.
Millions.
We're just the most prestige place in the world, and everybody just abide by the law. It doesn't.
You're right. You're right. It doesn't matter about those millions of people that put their life on the line and died for it. You don't give a shit, and that's fine. I don't care if you
don't try to criminalize me. This is the problem I have with you.
It's your belief. I'm not criminalizing you. I'm not criminalizing you. It's your belief.
Did you serve?
I did my actions.
Did you
serve? I did my actions.
Did you serve in any branch of the United States military?
Did anybody see any? Did anybody see my Facebook that can see that my whole family have paid the ultimate price?
I don't give a goddamn what your whole family did.
All right, there you go. There you go, Miss G.
There you go, Miss G.
There's the answer. Whenever you want to see what my family did.
So when you decide to get your ass up and you to go serve your country for 20 years, then tell me about me. Until then, you go back to the ranch like you've been and just sit back and relax and don't try to tell me what I raised my hand to and what I'm supposed to be following.
You did. You did.
He got a
You raised your hand. You raised your hand just like every other American.
Don't worry about what I did.
You did.
At the ranch. Okay?
Can I ask a question?
You did, young lady, and you don't give a shit about it. And you don't give a shit about it.
Hey,
can I ask a question, Miss G?
She was not a patriot.
Go.
Ask a question.
Go. Hold on. Tal got a question.
For cocaine using, he was actually
you
a
really
failure.
get her going, Chris.
Tal, go ahead.
Okay, so Miss G, let me ask you. You said you were in the military for 20 years.
Yes.
Okay, so when you left the military, how did you part ways, for lack of a better, like, did they say, okay, you're under arrest, we're going to put you in jail for 5 years and then we're kicking you out? Or did they say, okay, you got a pension? Like, what is the disposition of your parting ways with the military? Can you explain that?
Honorable discharge.
Honorable discharge. Okay, so that means that when you left, you upheld your oath, and you had you did your time and you served your country, and that's admirable. And like, you didn't get any kind of negative impact. You weren't impacted negatively. But I think, and that's fine. But I think the thing is when somebody takes that oath, whether you're in the military or you're in, politics, if you break that oath, and it's obviously apparent to people, right? To like people, I'm not even an American, and I can see that he has crossed some lines, but I don't think he's going to jail, because the United States has never put a former president in jail. But there should certainly be some repercussions for those actions. Right?
That's not exactly true. There was almost a president that was put to jail, except
Nixon?
He finally conceded. He conceded.
Was that Nixon?
That's something that Trump. Trump will never do. That's something he would never do.
You bring up Nixon, okay? See, that was the wrong example to use. You let him concede
tape on Nixon
instead of he should have went under the jail. What are you talking about right now?
Maybe
you're right.
Maybe he should have. But here's the point. The point is that if it was you, or the crime
that's
in
not
the
like
United
her.
States,
I'm not going to say that.
For people
she's not that bad.
Who are rich and powerful, it doesn't work out the same. If it was me or you, Miss G, or A1, or Chris or Snagglepuss, when the police showed up, they would have tossed our house and destroyed everything and taken what they want, and we would have left in handcuffs, and we would have had to go see a judge and go through that process and potentially lose our job and all of this.
That's what I
said. She already admitted. Some people are above. Yeah, exactly. That's her point. Some people are above us. That's what she's saying. They are allowed to break laws.
Here's the thing. We all talk
they are not
our lives day to day.
Hold on, let me make my point. He can't break laws that I can't break. I'm telling you right now, he can't break no laws that I can't break. Fuck him. Fuck everybody. Whoever thinks they're better than me, you're wrong. You ain't better than me.
It though, right?
We all know we're all even. Get in line.
In theory, we're all even. But at the end of the day, we all know that politicians tell us little lies. Okay? I'm willing to concede that. And I think from the time we've been having these conversations, that's been like a baseline that we've been operating from. But there's a certain point where when you're lying on a daily basis and you're living not in reality, I understand, but here's where they gotta kind of try to meet us halfway, right? Is when the lies are so fucking egregious that it's
totally
an insult to everybody's intelligence. That's when you really need to be held to account, right? Like
and
when you lie about the tornado,
to follow it and continue to follow it, even when they find out the most fucked up stuff, they continue to stand in line and they call other people sheep. Hey,
yes,
you're a sheep over there.
How do you know it's a lie? Who told you that the stuff he was saying was a lie? I just would like to know.
Because the weather.
Take some
Clorox. I was telling the goddamn truth. I'm just asking a question. Who you're getting this from?
Miss G, let me ask you a question. And it doesn't even matter, quite honestly, because it all goes back to 1905. Did you get the vaccine?
No.
You didn't. Did you get shot up with every vaccine known to woman and man across the world when you went in service?
Yeah.
There you go. Why did you not get any vaccines after such? What? Because was there a reason why? Let me know
Yeah, it's
the
a reason
reasoning
why.
behind it. And
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, because I believe and you're right. I do. What
because
your actions
the
implies,
vaccines that I took have been the same vaccines we've been taking over and over. Not an experimental one that was done in 6 months.
you didn't take any vaccines that were forced upon you from Korea and all that other stuff, even though you were in the Navy. Are you oblivious of what you took?
What? What you mean? When I was overseas, I didn't even take smallpox. I told them no, and I didn't have to take it. Like,
Uh,
what are you trying to see? See, y'all kill me with trying to
I'm just
bully
asking.
me
I'm
when
just
it comes
asking
to my
questions.
military career. But it's plenty
Yeah,
of things that
yeah.
I didn't do, and it ain't none of your goddamn business what I did and didn't do.
That's correct too. And I'm not going to argue the fact. I'm just getting. Why and how.
all right, hold on,
Like
wait,
it's
wait, wait,
okay
hold on,
if the
real
military is
quick.
telling me I
Wait.
have to because I'm getting what I want,
Oh shit, Tal,
but
I
I
thought you hung
only
up.
take it if I'm not getting what I get.
Hold on, let me.
It's only appropriate for you. Is that correct?
Say that again.
It's
So,
only appropriate for you. Let me ask you a question. If you were about to go to military, let's just say this year, let's wind back the clock before you had an education, before all the things that you were given, and quite honestly, you probably wasn't ever given enough. You're going to have to shake your head and say, "Yeah, Chris, you know what? For all I put in, I don't feel I got my proper share."
I
If
wasn't
knowing
given
what
my
you know
education.
today, if knowing what you know today, would you have got to go in the military and start all over in 2022, whatever? Would you have got the smallpox? Would you have got the monkeypox? Would you got the COVID? Would you have accepted those vaccines at this time to get into
No,
the military?
no, that's why none of my
So
kids are going.
these times are changed. So
I
you're telling
know.
me this time, even for what you are and where you are in life, how better you would have been off being through the military. I'm sure you get a lot of benefits being through the military. My father didn't get shit from the military, but
yeah,
Yeah.
but piggybacking on what Ms. Guile says is this: the FBI is winning. If they locked up over 500 rioters, right, and they went through doors and did search warrants and did all this, and they locked up all these people, convicted them, and indicted them in front of a grand jury, how are they not succeeding? How are they not finding what they want if they're securing all these indictments? I'm just so confused.
because they're all Antifa and BLM, every
Is that
single
right?
one of them in there,
Because
every
because
single
because
one. Yep.
let me tell you before you say that, I know about 18 Capitol rioters that went down from the LA area that they were not BLM, they were not Antifa, they were soccer moms. I mean, you could look them up: Edward Batalon, DJ Daniel Rodriguez, Gina
You're
Biziano,
confused. You're
Brenda
you're
McCalca. You know
confused.
what I mean? So
They were all
so
BLM.
no,
Didn't
how
you
am I
see their hats?
confused? How am I confused? Are you kidding me?
Dude,
A salon owner
I'm
from
totally
Beverly
getting
Hills is
you.
BLM? Are you that retarded? Like, are you that? No,
Dude,
they were
I'm
Trump
agreeing with
conservative.
you. I'm being
Oh, okay,
egregious. I'm
okay.
being funny.
But
I'm being
but to
an
piggyback,
asshole.
to piggyback on what Ms. Giles says, if the FBI goes searching for something, they're gonna find it, and that's all that it is. The reality to it is, once the FBI gets involved, you're fucked. I mean, they have access to your bank accounts, to your phone records, to whatever they need to secure a conviction. So the fact that people still think Trump is gonna be president after he gets his house raided and all this other crap is just fucking nuts. And this is the same ideology that got all these people locked up. There's people that are still locked up since January 6th, and they're not going to see the light of day anytime soon. So, I'm not going to say too much because I can't, but I will say that they're winning. They locked up over about 600 people, right? Conservative Trump supporters, and they're going to continue. They're not even done with who more they're going to lock up. So, all I have to say is if you broke into the Capitol that day, you're going to have to look over your shoulder from now on. It's just that
Did you see
simple.
Marjorie Taylor Greene the other day on her knees in front of one of those guys? Did you see her? She was on
No,
her
I
knees
didn't.
right in front of. Oh, dude, you missed a great shot. It was Marjorie
But
Taylor
let me
Greene.
tell you,
Oh, what was
But y'all
that?
act like the FBI don't make things up. They make stuff up as they go.
oh, girl,
It
they
was
use
established on that. Why do you think they went back and took away they disowned J. Edgar Hoover to begin with?
no, no,
Because
no.
of all the corruption and the stuff that he was doing. He had more power than the president. So what does that tell you about an organization if they have more power than the president?
Okay, so in some of the indictments,
to the point that JFK didn't even Truman and JFK wanted to get rid of J. Edgar Hoover and couldn't. So
we are LA.
That's over 50 years ago. It's over 50 years ago.
Well, hold on. So we are LA. So we are LA is referenced in the indictments for the grand jury, in the FBI indictment, in the grand jury. They used We Are LA's footage to identify Capitol rioters.
Dead. No response.
And
I did hear that too.
Why does it matter?
You're totally correct.
Years ago. That's the crazy part to me. So is the Ku Klux Klan was established back them years ago, and they're still active today. It has not changed. Their premise of what they do has not changed. The FBI has not changed either. So I don't get
There's no Ku Klux Klan members around where I live.
What you say? They're still having meetings, buddy. It may not be where you at, but it still goes down. Okay.
When's the last time you see somebody walking down?
It's Black Panthers.
There's plenty of white folks on TikTok, okay, that's exposing their family members. They're exposing their granddaddies. They're exposing their daddies. They're exposing their uncles. They're exposing all of them. You can laugh all you want to. They're exposing their family members for being Ku Klux Klan members and having apparel and memorabilia in the house. So what are you talking about?
In California?
I'm talking about in general. Period.
Oh yeah, maybe in the South, but not in California.
What are you talking about?
They probably shoot you walking down.
What are you talking about?
No, you're saying the Ku Klux Klan still exists. I beg to differ. I don't believe that. I believe that's an inaccurate statement.
No, dude, you've seen it. You've seen the white Anglo-Saxon going down there in LA getting his ass kicked. Do you remember that? It was, what was it, a year ago or something like that? Come on. You know they still are out there. And they showed up.
Yeah, but by you saying one person.
That's it. There's like six. For me to have conversations.
You know, they are still out there. Black Panthers are still out there. The KKK is still out there. I mean, I know it to be true. 100%.
So that's my point. An organization does not change its stripes. They just change the face of it. They don't change who they are and their intent of what they do. But the FBI. I'm gonna ask y'all this question. So, what was the name before it became the Department of Defense?
Before it was the Department of Defense.
Yes.
Huh, that's a good question. I don't know. To be honest with you.
It was called the Department of War. And do you know why they changed it to Department of Defense? So you could be a damn fool and be thinking that everything is about defense and it's all just to protect America, and so we can give them billions upon billions of dollars in spending money because it goes to defense. They changed the name of it in 1947. Department of War became actually Department of the Army, and then they started branching off. So this is how, let me tell you, this is the book that I'm reading right now. It's called Doublespeak. And these people do a whole lot of it when they playing in your face. Okay? So that's the reason why I come on here and try to tell y'all what I tell y'all, because unfortunately, y'all as civilians who haven't been in the military, y'all get the rose-colored version of that, what they want to put out to y'all in news briefs and stuff like that. They don't tell you what really be going on behind the scenes, how they change the terms to make stuff seem light, things like that. So when you're able to know about how they maneuver and how this country and the government moves, it's a whole different ball game. So I don't come on here just trying to play games with y'all. Y'all see stuff as a point of view from a civilian because you have not been behind the lines. You don't get access to a lot of information that I've seen firsthand before it's redacted and then finally given to y'all. So y'all can think everything is all beautiful, good, and great, and we're gonna go by the codes and the laws, and then we break every last one of them in war and don't give a fuck how you feel about it. And then we come back and we tell you what you want to hear and tell you to carry along smartly and mind your goddamn business.
Yeah, but if people break the law,
so you're telling me you took life, Miss G?
Shouldn't they be willing to pay
Did you ever take
consequences?
life?
So
you took life. You took life before.
Probably did when I was on the ships.
Probably
did when we were blazing saddles with those missiles. Probably did. But guess what? It was probably.
And you pushed a button. Like, I'm asking you. You took life. I'm asking you. You took life. You pushed a button.
My ship did.
But
so
your ship. Did you ever press the button? Did you ever take life there?
What's the point behind it? What you saying? I was in the Navy. It's not my job to be on the ground. Right. You sound crazy right now in real life.
Correct. I'm sounding crazy, but you're pointing your finger at me like my family didn't.
Miss Giles, do you abide by all the laws?
Like my family didn't do enough.
Who are on the ground that actually do combat and is the SEAL. They're probably the only ones that are ever going to see that type of crime that are in the Navy.
I got you.
So do you abide by the law? Do you abide by the law? Are you a law?
She doesn't. She likes breaking every law that she can and that she can get away with. It's simple. I know it. I believe it. I cold-heartedly. If you hold your right hand up, if you hold your right hand up and you say, I swear to God, which she doesn't believe in God, if you say, I hold my right hand up and say, I solemnly swear that I will take a poop
in this country
on a ship to collect whatever I'm going to collect because I'm collecting it, and I don't care about the laws to which uphold those.
In real life. Are you jealous? You jealous?
Yeah, I am. You get away with shit that I can't get away with. And what makes you better than my family? What makes you better than my family?
Don't need no hateration.
Did your family die in a war? Did your family die in a war? Never. Not once. And look at her dancing. Look at her dancing.
You don't know what my family did.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Hey, I'm asking you. I can give you documentation that proves you what my family did.
People's families and backgrounds.
I'm just saying. You're preaching. You're preaching. I'm not preaching. Did you? Don't worry about me.
Seeing as my family was here first before you came along, I'm sure
here we go. Here we go.
A lot of them
let's get down to it, Miss G.
So let's be clear on that.
Put me in my place. Tell me where I belong, girl. Tell me where I belong. At the bottom of the list. Shaking your hair. Show me where I belong. Tell me where I belong.
Say what? I'm just telling you. Before you came along.
I'm gonna get another beer while she's gibber jabbering. Before I was born, I don't care. Let me know when I was born. I'll be out getting my beer when I open that. Maybe it'd be at that point.
I don't care where you was born. Actually, I'm just letting you know that before you and your people came to America, we were already here. Okay, and so yeah, that's just how it is, and it's the reality of it. I know y'all want to claim it and y'all want to act like. I mean, that's okay. That's fine. But the reality is that we were here first. So I mean,
here we go.
If anybody is more American, it's me than you. I don't know what you're laughing at. It's facts. I mean, it's facts.
Miss G, let Miss G.
All you want to. You were not here first.
Yeah.
You were not here first.
Let's not get too far.
You're below my feet. When you act that way, you're going to redact your own self.
I know you don't like the truth,
redact your own self.
And it hurt. I'm not over there claiming Europe.
I know what my family did.
So
I know what my family did.
You know, we were here first, and I know it hurt y'all feelings. I mean, what you want me to do about it? It's just the truth. What?
Tell us how you lead the world.
Y'all get so upset at facts because it does something to y'all ego inside. I know.
Well,
Just
we're
like,
all just
just
people,
like,
right?
just
So
like
let's
Gabe
not go
just
down
brought
that
up.
road.
Just like Gabe just brought up, California is the Mexicans. But see, you'll let people tell it. You know that ain't true either. That the Mexicans wasn't there first. You know, so I know it be hurting y'all ego when the truth be coming out that
Hey,
y'all
Miss
actually
G.
came out of
Look,
nowhere
Miss G.
and
In
stole a
World
bunch
War
of
II, in World War
stuff.
II, we didn't. My father told me they never see color. So you talk all that bullshit that you know, but yeah, listen to her laugh. Listen
Take
to
a
that
breath.
fucking. That's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. That she laughs about her own. That's mind blowing to me. It's mind blowing.
What are you talking about?
What's so
What?
funny about your own? What's so funny about that? Let me ask
What
you.
did you just say?
Go ahead. No, you're laughing. I
You
asked
said
you.
your daddy.
I know what I
You
asked you.
said your
Go ahead.
daddy said what? You
It
said
was
your
not
daddy
about
said
color.
what?
It was not about. My daddy.
Your daddy said what?
That did a lot more than you ever did in the Army, Navy, Marines, or anything else. My daddy.
I
That
don't give
someone. I know you don't. I don't give a fuck about you. Fuck you.
a
Fuck everything that
fuck
you did.
you
Fuck your
too.
20 years. And fuck the
Fuck
20
you
years that you
too.
did.
Right. You
Because at
laid
least
your
he
fat
stood
ass
behind
on
the
the couch for the
Constitution.
whole time, but you want to be the greatest American hero.
Yep.
And you laid your
Listen,
beer belly,
here,
big
young
fat ass
lady.
on the couch
He
and
did a
ain't done
lot more
shit.
than
All
you.
you sit
He
around
did.
and do
He
is talk
took
about
many
your daddy's
lives for this
accomplishments, and we ain't
country.
heard none of yours
Let me
yet.
know when you're fucking
So,
done gibbering them
so
lips.
when
Let
you're
me
done,
done.
we would like to
Yep.
hear about your accomplishments that you don't have. So what have you accomplished?
Hey, me? Nothing close to my father.
I know you haven't. I know you
Nothing
haven't.
close to my
So shut
father.
the fuck up when you hear the
Well,
God talk.
listen to this,
Okay,
bitch.
you
Listen to
have
this,
not done
bitch.
anything.
Did you
All
did
you
you
have
get
done is
Oakley
probably sat on
coasters?
your fat ass
Did
and enjoyed
yeah,
your white
I didn't
privilege.
think so.
So that's on
Did
you,
you
and
earn a
that's what
Purple
you
Heart?
want to do with your life.
Did
That's
you
on
earn
you.
one
I don't have
Purple
anything
Heart?
to do. I don't have nothing to do with
And
that.
shut up. I
I
don't
don't
want to
have
hear you.
nothing to do with
You
that.
didn't earn no Purple Heart. You never got fucking hurt.
I
Get the
didn't
fuck
have to
out of
earn
here.
no. You
I know
didn't
you don't
either.
care
You
because you don't
didn't either.
care. You don't
You earned
care.
the purple ass because that's
You
all
don't.
you sat
Yeah,
around and
that's
done
because
was sit
purple
on
doesn't
your ass.
matter to
So
you.
you
Yeah.
earned the purple ass
Every
award
Purple
for
Heart
sitting on
person
it
you
your
don't even
entire
care
life
about
and not doing
because
anything
that
that
didn't
I
happen to
accomplished for
you.
you. So let's give it up for the
Whatever.
purple ass
Whatever.
award that East Coast Chris politely
Yep.
should receive.
Okay,
Should
can
politely
we take a
receive.
break from this for a
Okay.
second? Because
Okay.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
like
Let's move on.
sign up.
Let's carry
Ms.
Like
G,
she
take
paid
a
a big
breath.
ass
Take a
fucking
breath,
price.
please.
She didn't
I'm
pay
perfectly
shit.
fine.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
perfectly
You're getting
fine.
all worked up.
I'm
Okay?
not
Take it
getting worked
easy.
up. What are you talking about?
Fuck.
What are you talking about so
Well,
worked
all I
up?
can hear is you guys going da 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 both back and
Well, why
forth
didn't you
like
say
at the
nothing
same
to
time.
Chris? Why are you talking to me?
Well, because he took a breath and he stopped
Talk
speaking.
to the man.
Just-
Why are you
just
talking
try-
to me?
Well, because you're still going on and on. I'm just trying
Because
to.
you're the one talking to me right now. Because
Okay,
you're
well,
the
I'm
one
talking
having
to you
something to
now.
say to me.
Well, you guys are just
Y'all
arguing nonsense, like as far as I can tell. Because I can't tell because you guys are going at it so much. So I'm just trying to say, let's try to have a nice conversation. We're all friends here.
You
We've been
can't do that with her,
talking,
dude.
for a
can't do
while.
that with her.
Whatever. We've had some.
She
Okay,
ain't gonna
take it
calm
easy.
down. I know how to calm
she
down.
has-
She did 20 years of service, and
When
she
I
still
talk-
doesn't know how to control herself.
This is the difference.
I don't know how she lived on that ship. There must have been 2,000 people pissed off at her
Let me
dumbass
ask you guys a
talking
different
shit
question.
on that ship.
Let me interject
he
for another
wants
question.
to know personal everything. It
Well,
don't
let's
have
not
nothing
let's
to do
not
with
talk
the
about
subject
me
at
and you
hand.
and him and
He asking me
A1 and
personal
whoever.
questions. He asking me personal questions about taking vaccines. He asking me personal questions about my career. What personal questions have I asked Chris? What the same questions he had asked me.
My father took the same shot that you took.
I'm not talking about nothing. You the one that keep wanting to put all that in there. I didn't come on here to talk about my military career. The only thing that I brought up about it was the fact that we see things that you don't. You get fed whatever version they decide.
And what does that change about the Constitution, Miss G?
So you don't
What does that
know.
change?
And I ain't just sitting up here telling you.
And what did that change about the Constitution that you fought for?
Excuse me, I'm talking to Tal.
Go ahead.
You're basing your facts off of
fine. That's
what
fair.
you're seeing on
I
the
understand
news,
where you're coming from.
If you're basing your facts on what you see on the news, what I'm telling you,
I don't base my facts off the news.
Information, or however you get the point is, you don't get what really happened. You get what they want to let you know, and what they want to tell you is what happened.
Keep on thinking.
Do you understand what I'm telling you?
You keep putting it in my brain.
Like I'm talking about.
I understand. I'm well and familiar. Listen. Since I first met you, I went off into a totally new, different direction. Okay, in parts of my life, I went into information security. I started learning about it. I started listening to some podcasts. I mentioned this to A1 months ago, but like the other fellow who was on here shortly, who I don't recall his name,
that's Gabe. His name's Gabe.
Okay, sure, Gabe. He was talking about like January 6th and how We Are LA ended up in they used We Are LA video for the FBI investigation and shit, and that's true. I was the one who told A1 that straight up, right? But I also understand, so I got interested in this different type of research, with computers and shit, right? So information security, doing open source investigations, okay, I don't want to go into too much detail, but years ago, I worked at a place and a crime happened, okay? A murder. And was one of the customers who I had a business relationship with. And over the course of a couple years, I started reading the newspaper, okay? And researching articles, and I would see video clips, and I even went into legal database, and I put together this chart, okay? And what I discovered is from the one guy who I met, right? And I had a minor business interaction, acquaintance relationship. There's a huge criminal network that surrounds this guy. Okay, so that was my first kind of open source investigation that I started doing, right? And then from there, I started learning a little bit. I took computer class here, did some stuff on my own. But you're right. Not everything is as it seems, right? So as an example, since I've been talking with you guys, and what I actually kind of thought about a year or a year and a half ago was I thought about seeing A1 go to these freedom rallies, okay? And I thought, man, these things are weird. And I sure hope this type of shit doesn't start happening in Canada. But guess what?
And it does. It did.
And they went and parked some fucking trucks in the capital of this country and protested. Well, said it was a protest. Okay, and here's where I'm going to ask for your opinion. Okay, so in the military, do you use torture? Would you consider exposure to 110 decibels for 3 weeks on end? Would you consider that a type of psychological torture?
Yes.
Yeah, she's in the Navy, bro.
Okay, so that's what the trucker people did when they went. And
she never went through it. She never went through it, but she knows of tons of people that have. She was never tortured.
You see, here he go with the stupid shit. We having a good conversation, and here you go concerned about what the fuck I did.
I'm just saying, you probably never went through that.
We clearly know you didn't. So just had you several seats with this conversation. He didn't ask.
I'm assuming that you never went through it. Did you ever get tortured? Were you ever in the SEAL team? Did you ever go to floor 2? Did you ever go to floor 2? All right, thank you.
Now you see what I'm talking about.
I know people that did.
Okay.
I know people that did. So
hold on.
I'm waiting for you to say, yeah, I did.
Anyway,
because you don't fit that classification.
This is the thing.
You were an IT. You were an IT.
To you.
Okay, hold on, Chris.
General Westmoreland,
Miss
right,
IT.
in
You keep that IT communication specialist.
That in any future war involving the U.S., censorship should be used. He says censorship will be necessary to ensure the support of the public. See, they do certain things. This is why I'm telling you.
Well, yeah,
it's a lot of double speak.
That's a no-brainer, Miss G. That's a no-brainer.
Hold on. Now, here's what I'm getting to is.
Oh my God.
So
see how we keep talking and ain't nobody talking to you. You keep trying to piss me off. Please just knock it off. Because you can't make me mad. All you're gonna make me do is get greasy.
Miss G, you are already hot. I know how to control myself. You don't. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Then I don't have to have your kind of military background. 20 years.
Okay. Yeah, it's always angry black woman time. Okay.
Here's a couple things.
It's academically
that I kind of want to tie up. So this kind of freedom convoy people, okay? These freedom convoy people, when they set up shop in Ottawa, and you know what they did? They wrote down on like some document and post up on the internet saying that they want the government to step down. They want Trudeau to step down. And now that happened in January, at the end of January, going 3 weeks into February, and now it's 6 months later, and we still have these freedom rallies, but they're pointless. And it's really just, it's fake. It's a psyop.
It's a pony show.
There's some people who are genuine in their belief, but there's also a lot of people who fund this bullshit with dark money, and they set up fake organizations, and they set up troll farms where they're whatever, commenting on Twitter or fucking Reddit or whatever social media. They set and they do three things. They set up these kind of fake groups and fake organizations, like in Canada, one of them is called Veterans for Freedom, I think, or something like that, right? And then they have a whole bunch of trolls, whatever, online. But then they'll organize events. So they organize events.
The military's above everybody else's military.
So the whole thing is like this kind of fake operation that turned into like this fake convoy. But some of the very people who were and let's say it's organic. I'm willing to, for sake of argument, I'm saying it's organic. But the people who started it are these like white nationalists. But then it gets co-opted, right? And what happens is people get kind of sucked into this kind of unreality or something, right? Where we have bubbles, right? We have bubbles. And there's some validity to what you're saying, but there's something also called objective reality, right? There is objective reality, right? And that's where like Trump is crossing the line.
Apparently they're trying
when it's objective reality.
They're still trying to get
that's why they'll die from eating that stuff.
So that's where it's egregious. But this whole freedom convoy thing, okay, that happened in Canada, it's kind of almost exactly the same as what happened in January 6th. But this isn't the only time. This has also happened in Germany as well, where the Capitol in Germany got stormed. Like literally, democracy is under attack. Okay? And I've studied like in Canada, I've like followed like the live streams of this guy and looked at this group and looked at that Telegram or whatever. And there's like digital little footprints that these people leave who are doing, like, as an example, there's an organization called the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms, okay? And that sounds impressive, yeah? Sounds pretty impressive. But when you go and you look up the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms, you'd expect it would be impressive. But you know what it is? It's in a strip mall in Calgary on the second floor. It's not like the Supreme Court, like an impressive building. It's not even an impressive building at all. It's just some fake bullshit organization that the people on the right wing have set up. And it's just like,
saying, Tal, this be the point I try to get Chris to understand. Like, I get he's all into the rules, the laws, the amendments, the kind of stuff. Like, all that sounds great, but the reality is the people who are putting these things out and the people who are swearing to this stuff, they're not doing it. There's going to be plenty of times and plenty of occasions. Nobody has time to write a book this thick of a law to pass through Congress to get it voted on and all this other kind of stuff. There's no time for that. That's not how the world is not operating like that. It's just
I get that. I get that.
So although, yeah, you may want things to be this way, but I get that it's never been this way, and it's never going to be this way. So it's just
when did I say it wasn't?
So this obsession that is with Donald Trump and what he's done.
Now she's putting words in my mouth. Now you're putting words in my mouth. Go ahead.
Guarantee you there are plenty of loopholes out there, if so be it he's able to do it, that he can get out of it. But it depends on who's the people that are on your ass. And let's be clear, my point with the FBI was the FBI has way too much power. They don't try to pretend. They pretend like they don't.
What about the DOJ?
They have way more power.
Where's the power need to stop?
And it's facts, and it's been proven,
Miss G,
and it's been stated.
All right,
I don't know.
All right, Miss G. All right, let's get down to the point. So you think it needs restructured, right? Am I wrong or am I right? You think it needs
it's been restructured, but it's not. It's never going to happen.
All right. So how does it need to be restructured? Tell me. You know so much that it needs restructured.
Let me tell you this.
Let me tell you this.
Everything in this country needs to be restructured. Okay. It's just the truth.
So where's the top?
Everything in this country needs to be restructured. Why do you think they chipping away at it? Why do you think they chipping away at it year after year and time after time? They keep chipping away.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you who's got to be at top, ma'am. I asked you who's got to be at top. Who's got to be at the top?
We're talking about laws. Be at the top?
Ma'am, did you study law?
You know, Chris, fuck off. Because you be doing too much.
Ma'am, I'm just asking you a question. I'm just asking you a question. She tells me to fuck off. I'm calm.
And I don't ask you personal questions.
Let me know when you're done, because I'm going to stay calm because you're losing your cool.
I don't ask you none of this. What are you trying to get at? Because you being a weirdo. You being weird as fuck.
You're talking about restructuring, but you won't say what needs to be straightened out. She doesn't have a clue where to start.
Don't talk to me no more. How about that? Because your jealousy, I can't talk to somebody who is jealous of me. Because we're never going to get anywhere.
I'm not jealous of you.
I need you not to
got
say
that
shit
motherfucking shit wrong.
Now, if you want to hold a conversation,
I don't even care. You can't stack up to me.
You'll never get anywhere with a person who's jealous.
You can't stop. You will never stack up to me.
In general. So with that being said, you already admitted you was, and you said.
Let me know when you're talking, because I'll tell you where it starts.
I'm not talking to you,
young lady, like you don't know.
Don't talk to me. Point blank. Period. Don't talk to me. There we go. Now that's that. Now, Tal, you have any other questions that you would like to ask?
I was just starting. I didn't even talk. You guys have been talking for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I went through the kind of Freedom Convoy scenario and how it relates actually directly back to this fucking show, and it's honestly, I am fucking flabbergasted at how
absolutely correct.
The point from which
I don't come back after this
or 2 months.
I'm good.
Like 2 months like before, this kind of, I don't know, I don't know what to call it, but it's like Trumpism or something has spread, and it's now part of the political dialogue in Canada, and it's dangerous because we're not like kind of the same as the Americans. Like, let me give you an example. If you make a threat against the president of the United States, you get a knock on your door from the Secret Service.
You go to jail.
I don't think that potentially that, I don't know exactly, but that doesn't happen in Canada. Somebody in the last federal election threw rocks at the prime minister of this country. Threw rocks. If that happened in the U.S., that person likely would be dead, or for sure in prison. Like, and so this kind of...
Well, not necessarily so, because remember when the whole George Bush thing, when they threw that shoe at that conference, I don't think they...
That guy was there, though.
I remember. And like she mentioned...
Bush was in a foreign country.
Like Shantae mentioned in the comments, she said, dig deep and see who are behind these organizations. She said many are former military, and that's so very true. When I was doing research on the whole JFK thing and all of that, Lee Harvey Oswald was prior military. The person who was supposed to have killed him, Jack Ruby, he was also prior military. But Jack Ruby had been in cahoots with the FBI as well. He was running crime organizations and casinos. So it's just funny to me when you go through a lot of these scenarios and there's always a common denominator, which has been in all these cases, the FBI has been the common denominator. Like, it's either somebody that was an FBI informant, or majority of the time the FBI informant, they were doing illegal wiretaps. Like, they were out of control. Like, they couldn't even tell.
Yeah. I mean, in the past, I would agree. Listen,
like, even over the president. This is what I'm saying. This group was even doing stuff over the authority of the president. That's what I'm saying. These are the type of people that you're dealing with.
How do you think Tricky Dick got busted, Miss G?
More power than the president?
Miss G, how do you think Tricky Dick got busted?
What did you say, Tal?
Oh, okay. He got busted from his recordings. He got busted with evidence. He got busted with evidence, just like someone else. About
they had tape on Richard Nixon.
I don't know.
Tape on Donald Trump.
He had tape. That's right.
But, like, I don't think it makes a difference. In the case of, like, a guy who's a billionaire who was the president of the, most powerful country in the world.
That's still stealing money from other Americans, saying and having a setup that it collects from every month of these people that are possibly dying in a hospital, that keeps on collectively collecting from his propaganda.
Exactly right. I agree.
I don't know.
They really need to be labeled a terrorist organization, because they really are. They're rogue as hell. Those were illegal wiretaps on top of it. It does not matter. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the part that's constantly keep getting skipped. That these people are working outside of the bounds of this Constitution, these codes people be hollering and talking about. These people are this group is maneuvering
Edward
outside
Sheldon.
of that, and they're doing it in your face.
Edward
and
Sheldon.
As long as they're going after the people that you don't like, it's okay for you. Like, it's just be honest about that. As long as they're going after the people you don't like, it's fine that they break rules and laws in order to get the people that you don't like. Because that's what they like to do. They'll do what they want to do and conjure up paperwork later. You know how many numerous of times they have redacted things before they even sent it to the press?
It's so redacted that you can't unblock what's written.
You will hear them say
we
the
get
speech.
That, Miss G.
Right? And you will hear what they have said. And what they
All
will
right,
turn
you know what?
around
I'm just
and
going
do
to talk
is
over
when
her
they
just as much as she
ask,
talks over
when the
me.
public
She's going to be
asks
rude,
for
and I'm going to be
transcripts,
rude, and I'll
they
just turn off
redact
my
the parts
microphone so I can't hear
that
her.
they
I'm going
want
to
to
continue
redact.
to talk like
When
we
Town
don't
talks,
know. It's
I
just
sit back and I don't
Americans
say
saying,
nothing. As
"Hey,
soon as I say
Americans,
something, it's a
guess
problem.
what?
You
Look
know
what's
what?
going on over
Right
here
now,
behind this
the hate,
this
like the jealousy,
Wizard of
the
Oz
energy of the
screen."
jealousy is just disgusting. It really, truly is. It's real.
It,
It really is
maybe that
disgusting.
people don't
It's throwing
understand.
the whole
That
thing off.
people
Your
understand what's
jealousy is
going on
throwing this
already.
whole show off. It's disgusting.
Miss G, I
Please
already
knock
told you.
it off.
You don't got to worry
Please
about
knock
me
it
after
off.
this show
You're
because
being
you
a
are so
whole weirdo.
damning. I
You're
don't
being
need
a
to come
whole
back.
weirdo. You turning into
I
Captain
don't need to
Creepy.
come back.
I
I don't.
need
I
you
already
to knock
told
it
you.
off. The
You know
jealousy
what?
is disgusting.
Maybe
It
if you
really
said to
truly is.
A1, let's stop the show
You
right
need to
now,
go
you'll
reevaluate
never
your.
hear from me again.
Well, you
Just
can get the
tell
fuck
him.
on, and you don't have to. I really don't
Hey,
have to hear
I'm
from
totally,
you.
you know, I'm good with fucking. You said you're not listening to me anymore. Obviously, you are. Obviously, you're
I'm
pretty
talking to
fucking
Tal.
stupid.
I was answering Tal's question. He was
You're
saying.
still answering me. Look at you. You're still answering me.
Talking
You're
to Tal.
still
I've done lost the
answering me.
plot. You guys
Dude,
are
quit
arguing
being a
so much.
creep.
I just don't know where we're at the moment. So let's
Chris
have a
don't
let's
wanna
hold
act
on.
like
Let's
a
have a
grown
Being
reset.
so
man.
egregious.
He wants to act like
She
a
is
Let's have a
fucking
absolutely
reset.
so
brat.
egregious of
Weirdo.
Let's have
her
a reset.
actions.
Let's have a reset. Let's have a reset. Okay, just give us a second.
Ain't no reset with him. He
Moderator.
Too
acting like a
egregious.
weirdo.
She's egregious.
Moderator be failing today.
Who egregious?
I don't care. I don't care about your family and what they did.
Democrats think they're pretty clever by calling the bill the Inflation Reduction Act, but even Senator Bernie Sanders can see through that charade.
I want to take a moment to say a few words about the so-called Inflation Reduction Act that we are debating this evening. And I say so-called, by the way, because according to the CBO and other economic organizations who have studied this bill, it will in fact have a minimal impact on inflation.
But I want to thank everybody who was supporting us. Hello.
All right.
Dude, it's creepy as fuck.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't
Hold on.
believe in what
let's,
I fought
let's,
for.
Let's switch. Let's have a little switch of topics
Dude,
for a
you
minute
is
here.
creepy.
Did you guys?
Ugh.
I didn't
watch
spend
Alex?
20 years in the military and not care about what I swore an oath to.
Dude, why,
You are
once
fucking
again,
weird.
You be
You
so
are
concerned
weird. You
about
are
me
weird.
and what I did.
You don't
I
even
could give
care
a fuck
about what you swore about.
doing.
You don't
Why
even
you like to be so
care.
pressed?
The
Why
fuck
you
out
so
of
pressed
here.
about me?
Get the fuck out of
you
here.
so pressed
That
about
I
me?
don't care about what I swore about.
All right.
Because
here.
you're a slap in the face of Americans that died.
You is
You're a
so
slap in the
strange.
face. You're a slap
strange.
in the face of the
You're
Americans that
strange.
died for this
You're
country.
strange.
You call it
You're
strange.
strange.
I call it
Creepy.
un-American.
You are creepy as
I
hell.
call you
Captain
you call me creepy. I'm gonna
Y'all
call
see,
you
this
un-American.
is what jealousy does, people. This is what jealousy looks like.
Un-American. Totally
This
All right,
is what
un-American.
jealousy
fine.
looks like. This dude here. Jealousy
Let's-
is this dude.
Now, I tell you
Okay,
what,
let's call
I'll
it
be
a draw.
jealous.
Let's call it a
I'll
draw
be
on
jealous,
that. Okay,
and
we
you
were
be
doing welfare for a minute.
unconstitutional. Congratulations. Good job, Miss G. Unconstitutional.
Okay,
Shut up.
all right, jealousy, sir. Okay.
All right, I'll take the jealousy.
Okay,
You
okay.
take the
If jealousy was a
unconstitutional.
person, it
Hold
would
on,
be
hold
you.
on.
Mhm.
And
on
it's
now.
sad.
Hold on now.
And if
Hold on now.
unconstitution was a fucking asshole, it would be you.
Sad.
What do
Sad.
you guys think
Don't
about
got to worry about me no more.
Yep.
the
Good looking out.
situation
Yep, yep.
with Alex
It
Jones?
won't ever happen again, bro. I'm just
What do you
telling
think
you.
about that?
Good looking out. I don't care. Like, what you did.
Mhm.
All right. You guys obviously have agreed to disagree. So I'm asking, what do you guys think about Alex Jones' situation, where he got sued and he lost $50 million? What do you think?
I think
Oh,
the situation with Alex Jones.
Go ahead. I'll let
is-
her answer first. I'm sorry.
Please.
Go ahead.
What do you
Go
think,
ahead,
Miss G?
Mammal Mouth.
He went on a
Call her
TV show
Snaggletooth.
or something like this,
We'll go
and he
ahead
got
and let the
himself
bitch
thousands of viewers or hundreds of
Yeah,
thousands,
thank you.
millions of viewers.
Thank you for saying that. Appreciate that. I didn't have
and he
to.
told some lies
talk. Whoa, bitch.
for years. So what do you think about that? and then they hit him for $50 million for defamation.
Oh man, he gonna get that money back. He gonna get some donations. He good.
And you're right. Totally right.
You're right about that.
You are on point. 100%. 100%.
He makes fucking bank, that's for sure. What do you think?
Made 150 last year just on supplements.
Well, I think I honestly think it's unfortunate. It's one of them things to where this is what happens when it's a lot of truth mixed with lies, and it leads to a lot of confusion. And people say things sometimes like based on the information that they got, right? The information they received, if they've done their own investigation, things like that. One thing that we do know for sure is plenty of things that happen, just like you said, theater with the whole truck thing in Canada. Sometimes, sure, because we know this to be true, that there are crisis actors and there's things that, although as cruel as they are with kids being killed and stuff, that you have people that are behind the scenes that's running a lot of stuff that don't care about that as long as they get their agenda across. Okay. So if you're a person that may possibly have done research and the things that you've came across have led you to believe what you've said, and because the opinion is not so popular, you're going to look like the crazy person and you're against the machine. So it's going to make you a liar, and nobody's going to want to admit, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to want to admit that children being killed was some bullshit. If you get what I'm saying. Some of this stuff you really don't know. Like for example, when you mentioned about A1 when you mentioned about A1 and his video being shown. But then on the other hand, A1's channel was flagged for one of the videos for him. Just which one was it, A1, that it was flagged?
Shit, when I went to the that thing in LA, that truckers that truckers convoy thing they had in LA at the city hall, and they were giving out information about that thing that's going around that Biden just had. You can't even talk about some shit on YouTube though, bro. It's a goddamn shame.
Right, and now you see my point, Tal. You see how they simply took that. That was
I
in
understand.
The moment. And he was right there. Like, it's factual, true things that are going on. It's not something he's making up. He's right there talking to the people, and they struck his channel. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't know.
But that's a different situation with Alex Jones. Alex Jones was sitting on his show, okay, on the day that those children were shot and murdered, okay, and he said that it was a false flag, that it was fake, right? So he put like his $20 in the pool on that day. Now from that point, he just built more and more and more different lies on top of it, around it. Oh, the kids, it's a false flag, and then the kids were going around, and then there was somebody in the woods, and then all of a sudden the kids didn't exist, and then so it's like sunken costs, right? It's sunken costs. First, on that first day, from day one, he said a lie, and then he doubled down, and he doubled down, and he doubled down again and again, right? So it's like he built up this whole narrative. I hate that word, but that's what he did. He built up his lie. He built his story, right? He fleshed out his story arc on that, and he wouldn't back down. And here's the thing about it is, it's not just Sandy Hook, right, that he did this. It's also September 11th, Las Vegas, Connecticut, like other shootings, school shootings, Oklahoma City bombing, the coronavirus, just like like every single major event, it's not real. He calls it a false flag time and time and time again. So somebody has, and you can't really say it's censorship because it isn't the government that's coming to kick him off, to make him shut up. It's a private citizen, right? It's like, it's not too dissimilar to like how you were having an argument with Chris earlier. Like, let's not touch that again. But you guys were able to quell it. But the situation in this case is Alex Jones has a huge platform, and he's relying on that idea of the freedom of speech, right? But there's, in Canada, we have freedom of expression, and there's certain limitations. I can't say stuff like, I can't advocate hate against an identifiable group. I can't say things against like gay people or people of color or transgender people or any identifiable group. You're limited to what you can say in the sense of, if you're targeting individuals, it becomes hate speech, right? And you guys in the United States, you have freedom of speech, but you don't have a kind of limit, like it's a real fuzzy line as to where hate speech is, right? And Alex Jones in Canada would be considered hate speech, like for sure, because he's targeting a specific group of people. He's targeting the people from Sandy Hook whose children died. Now, I guess maybe it's not hate speech in that case, I suppose, because they're not like a visible minority of a certain type, but it certainly would be considered a crime here. Like this kind of ongoing, conspiracy, right? So it's like the lawyer said, freedom of speech, but you pay for the lies. So now he's up to pay for $50 million. So I just wonder what you guys thought of that.
That also goes with Section 2 of Charter for Canadians. So most people know, Americans is the Second Amendment, but it's underneath Canadian law. It's under Sections 2 of Charter.
No, actually, it's Section 1 of the Charter, Chris. Okay. It's so Section 1 of the Charter rights can be limited by law so long as those limits can be shown to be reasonable in a free and democratic society. So if I'm saying something that is unreasonable, I can be limited, right? I can't advocate for something like, I don't know, the Holocaust or against gay people or against any, you can't advocate. So the very first thing in our Constitution or our Charter of Rights is the rights are limited, right? You have the right to do and say anything within reason.
Within reason, yeah.
Yes, that can be demonstrated. And there's actually a charter challenge. It's called the Oakes test, but I won't go into that because it becomes much more complex. But
I remember, just so we're understanding here, I understand Section 2 of the Charter, which gives you religion choice in addition to guaranteed freedoms in thoughts, beliefs, and expression. It also talks about the media and the means of communication and ideals, because everybody has the right of ideals, and the right to speak out in your form of media is what I remember.
Correct. But here's the thing, is my dad was a lawyer, and he was also a university professor, and he was into civil litigation. And at the age of, I think, about 7 or 8, he impressed upon me that Section 1 is the most important section of the Charter of Rights, because this is what guides Section 2. You have the freedom to choose your religion. You have the freedom of expression. But that's where like Section 1 and Section 2 you can kind of see how they interact, right? You have all these rights that are granted to you and freedoms that are granted to you in Section 2. But Section 1, literally in Canada, could have been invoked when this it's not called the War Measures Act, it's called now the Emergencies Act. But when the Emergencies Act was invoked by the Prime Minister and the government in Canada, they could have deemed it mandatory that everybody gets the vaccine, whether you want to or not. They could have done that.
We have that law too, by the way.
Yeah, they could have done that,
Massachusetts,
but they said no.
Yeah.
We're not going to.
We have the same thing here. It's the law of 1905.
Yeah,
U.S.
I know
versus
the one you're talking about. That's right.
Yeah.
But the same way as if they invoke the Emergencies Measures Act, they can draft anybody between the ages of 18 and 65 and send them all off the door. But generally speaking, they don't do that anymore. But Section 1, this is like where the limitations. Yeah. So there's kind of some limitations and things that kind of, I don't know how I would say it, but differences between how freedom of speech is and like freedom of expression in Canada. There's like more of a fuzzy line, and there's definitely the ability to push the boundaries in the United States, like, and potentially get away with it. It's interesting.
Hey man, that's real good. Hey man, I had good fun with all y'all tonight, man. Y'all crazy.
You weren't even here for half of it.
Hey man, I got a 14-year-old. They got a Christian. He go to private school. He has a retreat tomorrow, Christian retreat at the private school. So I've been getting all his stuff together, man.
Fair play. You've been good otherwise, I trust?
Oh, bro, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I've been doing my other podcast, man. I got got a relationship podcast. It's called Why Are You Still Single? So that's every Wednesday, just not tomorrow.
Bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, then, isn't it?
Huh?
It's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, I'm still single.
No, but if you title your podcast that, it's kind of like.
But that's it, man. I gotta get this political stuff back going. I just came because we was just having a debate yesterday about a lot of stuff, so we took it to the streets. So that's what happened right now.
Oh, I see Venus is in the chat. Hi, Venus.
Yeah, Venus is in the chat. She is in the chat.
I didn't.
Congratulations.
I wasn't watching that window.
Yeah, Venus had a pretty baby girl. I think a couple of weeks ago or something like that.
Absolutely beautiful. Yep. Congratulations.
She had a little baby girl. I was trying to get her to put my middle name on there somewhere, but she didn't do it.
How was you gonna pull that off?
I wasn't gonna be able to, but shit, that don't mean I didn't want it. Shit.
Send cash a lot.
They go fact check in the chat now too. What's up, fact check?
Yep.
What up, fact check?
Oh man.
Where you been?
Hey Tal, you did a great job hosting, man. Man. You held it down. Snagglepuss punk ass did the same thing he always do. Disappears.
Yeah, we usually be at odds. We was more in agreement on this show.
I feel like I should have a striped shirt.
Yeah. Use the ref.
And a yellow card.
Yeah. Hey man, it's all.
I'm just glad they're vertical, not horizontal.
But yeah, man. Ooh, I don't have none of my stuff for this show.
You should be the ones who disagree.
Oh, there we go. All right, I got my stuff now. There we go.
She too rough for me. I'm going to step out for a long time. Let me know when Miss G's not on no more. Before, we always got along. Today, we did not. When you overstep the bound of family, I'm done. I'm gonna step out.
Hey, man. I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to family, that's a no-touch zone. You're a weirdo, and to call me a weirdo, but I'll drop it at that.
Yeah. Hey, but if y'all in the chat, man, thank y'all for tapping in. We be back next week sometime doing something.
Let me ask you a question. Whatever happened to Big Mike?
Who? Oh, the black guy?
Remember Mike? No, the white
guy.
Remember he was fucking face down?
That one dude, don't you remember him?
I know Big Mike.
He had the big Trump flag in the background, and he had his fucking machine gun.
No, I thought you were talking about somebody else. No, I don't know who
what I'm
that.
talking about, though.
You're not talking about Mario, right?
No, Mike.
Nah.
Mike.
Man, I don't even remember, man.
Black
like
dude.
You're
talking about Theo. Black dude, Theo.
Guy, dark hair, and he'd always get fucking shit faced.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He wasn't black.
No, he
was white.
Yeah, he was white. Okay, I thought you said black dude. No, that's a white dude. I know what you're talking about, bro. Yeah, man. He hit me up like like 3 months ago, asking me what I was gonna do the show again. It was like three or 4 months
got
ago.
his ass on here.
Do I remember him?
Yeah, he used to always talk shit. He the dude that flew me out for the not flew me, paid for my hotel and stuff when I was at the in DC. Yeah, when I was at the
I don't remember
the insurrection.
Yeah, that wasn't no insurrection. That wasn't no insurrection. That was just people gathering. That's all that was, man.
Because you didn't go in the building. You're fucking smart enough.
Yeah, people gathering, man.
I to get the fuck out.
I still got so much footage. I never even put it out.
Don't do it. Stop. Shut up. I'm telling you,
ain't
bro.
gonna be able to
Shut
put
the
it out.
fuck up.
Not on this platform.
Probably
that
any
has to
other
be.
day.
You might need to do some Patreon or something for stuff like that.
Yeah, I got so much footage. I got people. Man, it's crazy what I got. But anyway.
You might need to do like a Patreon to see like certain stuff when you start going back out. Do a Patreon and people can subscribe. It's less censored, I think, on Patreon.
Oh, okay.
No, Patreon's just where you give people
She's
money.
right about that.
And people that have to subscribe, like you can set a money limit if they want to see like exclusive videos, certain stuff like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I got some real good footage though.
Some cop getting smacked in the head or something.
I got some real I got some great footage.
Dude, I don't even want to know. Someone gonna come knocking on my fucking door, kicking in my door.
Yeah. But we be back, man.
That's the RCMP right now.
They on their way right now, huh? So they like they can't find it.
I'm not worried.
Shit, me either.
I never heard anything. I never got an email or shit.
Well, shit, if you say they used my footage already, well, shit, they got it. So, shit.
I didn't say that. The other...
Oh, that was gay.
I seen it. Yeah, I seen it being used. I seen your stuff on media, bro.
There's fucking footage all over, like, the internet. Like, everybody who went there, it seems like they fucking streamed it.
And what's funny is, like, 9 out of 10 deleted the shit. I would have loved to download some of that stuff, but I didn't. I would have loved to download that stuff and say, here's all the stuff that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Well, a whole fucking bunch of people in the InfoSec world did that. And they created a website where there's a fucking timeline and it shows like a blueprint. You can look at it online. It's called January 6th Evidence. And it just shows like, you can click on like a little dot and it'll show you a video. Right? Yeah. And then you click and you play that video and it's all timelined out and everything, the whole thing. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
The people that think it's okay for a female military post-military, is okay to go in there and bust into the Capitol, step through a window where people assembling are taking the effect of the count of the electoral votes, think it's okay that she's the first one that goes in there and gets shot. Dude, I seen people get shot just wrecking a car through the state capitol. Wrecking a car through the fence, not even getting close to people. I can document at least 10 people dying, going to the Capitol, just hitting a fence and being taken out. What makes you think that their death is no more instance than her death? I would love to hear your rebuttal on that.
I don't have one myself. I think Ashley Babbitt probably was entering a restricted area. There's videos of her making what could be described as incendiary remarks. There's like, you can still watch it. It's all online. It's you can watch her like literally die. You can watch her YouTube.
Life. That's right. Yep. You can see her life leave her body.
Unlike A1's videos, YouTube will not delete her video that was done by because it's historical evidence, right, of what happened on that day. So YouTube is maintaining that as historical evidence. Some people deleted their shit. I'm sure lots of people did, but lots of people didn't. And a lot of the shit got fucking snatched up and dumped onto some server that, you know, people who said this ain't right. That's just what they said. So they said, we're collecting evidence and we're posting it up, and anybody can go look at it.
We'll download Telegram, which is Russian owned. And we'll have private chats on Telegram. That's another thing that blows me away. All the people that are downloading Telegram, it's a right media. It's freaking Russian owned.
That's right.
You're giving up all the freedoms. It's just mind blowing.
You know, what's interesting is there's actually a woman in Canada who drives around in Winnebago who's convinced a bunch of people to sponsor her lifestyle. She's declared herself the Queen of Canada. And she's on Telegram. Every day she makes posts to Telegram and tells her supporters that, I don't know, they need to fund a new Winnebago. She's on her 4th Winnebago, literally. From the time of the beginning of that Freedom Convoy or the trucker convoy in Canada, she managed to about a week or 2 weeks after it started happening in Ottawa, she got her supporters to put together some money for a Winnebago, like hotels, and I don't know, maybe they drove straight through, but they made it to Ottawa. But since then, she's been touring around the country in her Winnebagos, and a couple of them broken down, and now she's on her 4th one. But there's a lot of money in grifting, because that's what some of these people are, right? A lot of them, in fact, like Alex Jones. And how it tied back to Canada for me is what I listened to an interesting podcast called Knowledge Fight that kind of debunks a lot of what Alex Jones says, right? So a guy from Canada named Chris Sky showed up, and then I started seeing what that guy's doing in Canada, and then I started finding out more people from him and more organizations.
Chris Sky, like the same name of the FBI guy.
Yeah, well, fucking his name should be Chris Dirt Road. The guy comes from like literally a fucking like a wealthy family. His dad's like a property developer in Ontario, and he was building like a $2 million mansion, but then when the pandemic hit, the stress made him crack, and he became a freedom warrior and decided to protest, and now his family's disowned him, and he's been to jail 6 times, and a whole bunch of shit. Like it's crazy, but I mean, he was I don't know, he was like the vice president of a company that develops like subdivisions. And he went from that to like basically living in like Fleabag motels with his stripper looking girlfriend. It's because he got onto this, I don't know, grift or whatever, fighting for freedom. He's always telling everybody to fucking stand up. I don't want to stand up. I just work fucking 8 hours. When I come home, I want to sit down.
You want to be like Hunter Biden, do a couple lines and relax.
Maybe not that far, but you know, I want to relax. That's for sure. I don't want to stand up and fight for freedom. Like here's the thing, these guys talking about fighting for freedom and having a big protest in Ottawa. Well, one day, a guy,
they're doing FBI corruption protests. Let me see what it says there, A1. Disband the FBI. Yeah.
So that's like defund the police, I
Miss
guess.
G, look at Miss G. It's like you hit her G-spot. Miss G got her G-spot hit.
Are you going to that protest, Miss G?
Nah. That's in LA.
No, it's all over the country.
Oh, it is? Oh, wow, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Okay, I'll be at that one. I ain't got nothing to do.
I've come up with a new term.
That's tomorrow.
No.
Get this. I call it the daily grievance.
What time is it? Yeah, I'll go to that.
It's tomorrow. I thought, didn't it say the 11th? It's the 10th or the 11th?
Wait, let me see.
Check in your local area, Miss G.
Yeah, it's the
a different time for you.
August 10th.
Yeah. Today's the 9th. Tomorrow's the 10th.
Yeah. See.
It's one day away.
I wanted to back the blue. I thought the conservatives and the right wing backed the blue.
They're not the blue. The FBI is not the blue.
Aren't they though? I mean, aren't they just the federal police? Instead of like, you know, like in Canada we have the RCMP, which is the federal police.
If you want to, and watch what reaction you get from them.
Well,
I guarantee you they don't consider them
when I go to work.
Police. I guarantee you they feel like that's beneath them, and how dare you?
Yeah, because they're not city cops, right? They're not state police. They work for the, you know, they work for the federal government. It's like when I went to work one day and I saw some guys building some cabinets, and I said, "Hey, you carpenters, come over your 4-foot level," and the guy looked at me and said, "Oh, we're not carpenters, we're millwrights," and he was all offended.
And how do you think the police came up with the purple line going across their flag?
I don't
purple line.
What do you think red and blue make?
Purple.
That's right. Supposedly not judgmental. The fuck out of here.
I don't know.
That ever happened.
What I come to understand in the past, well, at first I wasn't so aware of it. Like when I first started talking with A1 and the rest of the crew over here. But subsequently, since the Freedom Convoy and the past, like, I don't know, maybe even a bit before that, I kind of see that democracy is under attack across the world, like not just in the United States, not just in Canada, but also in Germany, in the Ukraine. Like there, it's went from a culture war to a kinetic war, if we're honest. Because we know, like, okay, the people, the conservatives, the people on the right, they say, oh, Russia, like people who are centrist or on the left are making a big deal about this. But it's not just, like, as Americans, I'm saying to you guys, it's not just in the U.S. This is happening in Canada. It's happening in France. Like, you look at the last federal election in France, Marine Le Pen, who's a hard right, candidate was elected there. So there's, divisions being pushed in countries across the world, and it's amplified by Russia, it's amplified by China, it's amplified by Iran, it's amplified by North Korea, and it's documented, right? It's documented. It's not like it sounds fucking batshit nutty, and I don't really like conspiracies so much now, because the conspiracies that are out there now are harmful, like lying about people's children who've died. That's not fun. The Sasquatch is fun, aliens are fun, that type of thing. The Bermuda Triangle, that's fun, right? Those are fun conspiracies. And I'm not saying that other conspiracies don't exist, but people who like the guy who I used to work with years ago who got shot, he was involved in a conspiracy to import cocaine, and he died as a result of it. So conspiracies do exist, but these make it up, and let's make lies. Conspiracies are bullshit. Like we all, as an example, here's a conspiracy. The
problem with that, Tal, is people don't care. When you ask most right-wing people, they don't care, dude. They care about themselves. When you're in traffic, okay, I'll make it simple. When you're in traffic and the person to the right has the right way, and that person over there on the right-hand side still says, I have the right way, that's the problem. Those people that think they're over everybody else, people that believe that the laws are given to them, they do not need to follow, are the problem.
Chris, you my boy, man, but that analogy was fucking terrible.
Dude,
you can't compare traffic, bro. Everybody gets behind the wheel and on the freeway and turns into a demon. Everybody, man.
So in California, you don't give the right of way to the right.
I give a right of way because I have my son in the car.
There you go.
If I didn't have my son in the car, fuck no, I'm not giving no right of way.
Dude,
you better even if you turn on people turn on the blinker.
It's people to the right. It's a simple law.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just talking about the analogy. Not good.
What do I do for a living? Tell me what I do for a living. Tell everybody out here what I do for a living.
Shit, you work on
35 years. Tell the people what I do for a living.
Which one? Because there's two things Because I know you're a mechanic, but I also know you do the CB stuff. Or ham radio, whatever that is.
I've been a ham radio operator since I was 12. I was doing Morse code well before she even thought about joining the Navy. She might be an IT, but she knows nothing about communication. Swallow it up. Spit it out because it's not yours. Anyway, but he's talking to me. Shut up. He's talking to me. Take your time. Take your time. Rest. Take a breath.
You acting like a single white man, not single white female, single white man. Dude, you acting nuts.
Let me know when you're done, girl.
No,
I got all night.
I got all. You fucking weirdo. Quit talking to me. Quit talking about me. Move on. Why is it so hard for you to move on?
I didn't speak
up. Why is it so hard for you to move on? You was obsessed. You obsessed with me and Trump. We living rent-free in your head. Ugh. You pathetic. I have never seen nothing like this. I'm just talking about obsessed and possessed. I have never seen somebody so
I got
upset.
all night to wait for your lips to stop. Let me know when you're done.
I'm waiting for yours to stop talking about me. I've been quiet the whole time. And here you come, saying something about me again. You pathetic. And you how old? Who does that as a grown-ass man? Disturbing.
All right.
Hey, Tal, what time is it out there, bro?
It's the same time as what time it is where you are.
You're on Pacific time?
It's probably 6:43.
Yeah.
He's still fucking gone.
That's the same time? Damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I'm basically just north of you.
Yeah, you fucking.
That's all.
Oh.
Just directly north of you. If you were to walk north and keep the ocean on your left, eventually you'd run into me if you just kept walking north.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk that far, but okay. I'll take a
you
plane.
can
Shit. Hey, shit. I don't know why
Eventually you'll end up in Russia, though, if you keep to the left, because you'll go through BC into Alaska, and then you'll follow the coast up Alaska into Russia.
Oh,
get there
man.
for January.
Yeah, Ty, you got to come back on next week, man, so I can talk about your country.
Sure. I told you. I said you're welcome to talk about Canada, to discuss Canada. Of course.
Yeah, I got to discuss some Canada. I got some questions about Canadians.
You can ask them now.
No. I got to do some more research because I heard a couple things. I don't know if they're true or not.
Well, just tell them.
Oh no, bro. Because I got my son's stuff. So let me get my ammunition all together. Because I know you know about your country.
No, I don't know.
And then I got Shiva. She just hit me up. She ready to come on here.
Oh my god.
No.
Let her talk to Miss G. They'll get along great.
No.
Make America great again.
Couple people see me go live and they're like, "Oh, are you coming to the protest tomorrow?" I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. I ain't got nothing else to do.
What
After
time?
I get rid of my son.
The one that you just showed at 3:30. That's about.
I don't even know the time that shit is.
I think it said 3:30.
Yeah, 3:30 to hold on. Yeah, 3:30 to 5.
Yeah, I think it's 5:30 my time. I'm gonna try to tune in. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, boy.
Yeah, I just gotta get my son off to this retreat thing he's going on with his school.
Yeah, mine started back too, so it's been a lot.
Yes, I'll be glad to get rid of him. Shit, need a break. I don't know how y'all do it. Anybody with kids? Because I only got one.
I got a question then. Are they still having those freedom rallies there in California?
Yes.
And what do you did you pay any attention to the trucker convoy they started in the U.S.?
Yeah, I was at that one. That's what my channel got the strike.
Oh, okay. Do you know that's still going on?
I don't know if the convoy is still going on. I still know
It
they have
is.
freedom rallies that are going on.
The trucker people are still doing the thing in the U.S. Like they
Up
went
to Gettysburg.
camped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went all over the place.
That's 20
drove
miles.
around.
That's 20 miles away from my house, by the way, everyone. Gettysburg is the home of the FCC, which is a communications.
So did they block all the streets and shit out there? How they did out here in Long Beach?
Oh, dude, they had all kind of shit going on my highway and all that, all the way up here to Gettysburg. And WikiLeaks was up here.
Yeah. You know what?
I seen his truck go past. I'm like, there's Wiki.
Damn.
WikiLeaks? You mean Infowars?
No, WikiLeaks.
Really?
His name
It's
Chris
a
or
right
something
wing
like
dude with a beard. He's. She thinks I'm weird. That motherfucker's really
I know
weird.
who you're talking about. Not WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks.
What you see is what you get.
I'm sorry.
That's
Wizzy,
right. He was with
WikiLeaks,
them.
Yeah.
He was with them. That's right.
Matter
I
of fact, he just texted me.
in the
What
All the way
is
up to
WikiLeaks?
Gettysburg.
No,
No, it's not.
Wizzy Weeks.
His name is Chris.
His name is Chris.
Hey, shout out to Chris.
Oh, that's his
Chris,
channel.
I know who you are. Chris. No one else in this channel knows who you are, but I know who you are. You might be right. I'm left, but I know.
I'll send you his link to his channel.
The name
What
of
did he
his
talk
channel,
about?
Miss G. The name of his channel
Talks
is
about
"What
the
You See Is What
right-wing
You
people.
Get." But
okay.
he abbreviates it to just the letters. So it's
Okay,
like
got it.
WYSIWYG. Wizzy
Yeah,
Wig.
that's what I was wondering. I'm like, what the hell is that?
But he was driving around with them for a while.
That was good though. That's good of him to come up with that. That sound catchy.
Yeah, it is. It's actually a saying, like what you see is what you get.
Right.
It's just like a saying, and he had the savvy to grab it and make the name of his channel. Yeah, and he was driving around with
he
them
put
for
himself
a while.
out there. He got attacked a couple times. Unlike a lot of other people, he put himself out there. He might be what he is. I don't agree to it, but I'm not egregious. He did what he did. He stuck his chin out and he took a couple swings to the chin, and I respect it. Nothing but respect.
Yeah, fair play to him. I don't know. I just saw him in that trucker convoy thing, and he was doing his live streaming thing. But the general impression, I mean, I can't say definitively, of course.
Oh, he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I got the impression that he wasn't too well liked amongst the convoyers, trucker convoy people, whatever they're called. I'm not sure that he's still with them, but last I know, this convoy thing which is weird because it's now August, and basically I don't understand what they're doing, but they're like homeless, kind of, by choice. We're like protesting in Washington in some park, and like literally there's a guy who
when do truckers have time? We're all complaining about, and I asked you this because it's mind-boggling. Where do all these Canadians have the time to have these convoys set out here, honk your horns, block a bridge, coming into United States?
Sure, I can explain it for you. So here's
where
what
are they getting money? Where's the money coming from?
The money came in, some of it obviously from Canadians.
Illegal PPP loans?
Nope, it was just like straight donations. So here's how it works: is by and large, most of the donations came from Canada and the United States, and it was obviously people who are kind of on the right. But the first it was GoFundMe, but then the Canadian government shut that shit down after they saw what was going on. So they shut it down, and then everybody switched over to this other thing called GiveSendGo, and GiveSendGo got hacked. So they got copies of the data of like all the names to the donors, all the like amounts they donated, the credit card number they donated on, the IP address. So some people obviously are looking at that data saying, well, there's something about this certain IP address or a credit card transaction that's like,
Is that French, by the way? Is that French?
What
does that mean?
What?
GoFundo.
Oh, no, GiveSendGo. That was the name of the American.
Go.
Send.
Gotcha.
Go was the name
Never
of the company.
heard of it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a smaller company, and it's American based. So about the truckers, how could the truckers go and protest for weeks on end? Well, all of the trucks all of the trucks, like the semis that were parked, were owned by independent operators. That means the people who own the truck, they don't work for like
they're subletters. I get that.
Amazon. All those truckers were independent, like operators. So they were able to fuck off from their job and have nobody to answer to because they own those trucks outright themselves, or they're on like a payment plan or whatever the situation is. But they're not tied to like a specific company. They're just like, there's obviously probably a bid system somewhere. They check in, get a bid. They're in Vancouver. They grab their parcel. They haul it to Windsor. They drop it off in Windsor, and then they get something in Windsor, and they go somewhere else. So that's how those people, those truckers, were able to like just go and park their truck in Ottawa. That's how those guys were able to do it. And same thing in the bridge at Windsor, and as well the bridge at the border crossing in Alberta. And at the border crossing in Alberta, there was like a white nationalist group that had infiltrated the protest, and they had a whole bunch of machine guns, and they planned to kill cops. And those guys are like sitting in jail now. So this is and the money was coming in from individuals, but it was also like companies were funding it. And why here's the question is, why are people in the US sending money to some Canadian protest when the stated objective of the protest is to overthrow a democratically elected government and have themselves installed? Right? They said we should be the government now. We don't like Justin Trudeau. That's what it's about. The whole thing is a big I fucking hate Trudeau. Like they had a truck.
But it was all about COVID, right? The vaccine. It was mostly about the vaccine, right?
It wasn't about the vaccine at all, because it was like a movement that was AstroTurf. They said we want to remove the mandates, but they don't. The mandates that they wanted removed was the premise is we want to go to the United States as a trucker, but the Canadian government stopping us. But the requirement isn't on the Canadian side. The requirement to enter the United States, it's on the American side. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter if Justin Trudeau fucking steps down, because at that point, you still can't enter the United States unless you're vaccinated, right?
Yeah. This was all in Michigan, though, right? Am I wrong?
No, there was it was
the main. Y'all, I got to go. It's great.
Main protest.
Have a good evening.
Fantastic.
Okay. All right.
See you. Bye.
Take care.
All right, Ms. G. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Please. Nice seeing you. So that's there was a location in Alberta. There was a location at Windsor, which goes to Michigan. You're correct.
Oh, yeah.
And then the main protest was in Ottawa, right? And the Windsor Detroit border carries more, something like $2 billion worth of traffic a day, like a huge number. Like they cost.
Which one
Canada,
is that? That's in Ambassador Bridge, or?
Yeah, I think it's called the Ambassador Bridge.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So basically, they wanted the government to step down because they don't like Trudeau. Because this has happened before. There was a protest a couple of years ago in the winter, and it was the Yellow Vest movement. And it was kind of the same thing, but it didn't get as much publicity because I guess, again, the pandemic pushed people over the edge or whatever. So it drew a crowd, right? It drew a bigger crowd. And yeah, I don't know. This is basically what happened. Like what they were asking for, even if it was granted to them, still wouldn't have done shit. They wanted to some of them wanted to kill some cops. Other ones showed up with like Confederate flags and swastikas. They used the swastika to call Trudeau a Nazi, and to say vaccine mandates are like equivalent to the Holocaust, which is we've talked about this before, and it's just utterly it's utterly ridiculous. We both know this, right? I mean, it's a symbol of hate, and displaying it as an equivalency to vaccine mandates, something that by all rights should probably potentially save your life, is just obscene, right? So they said it's about the vaccine mandate, but it really wasn't about the vaccine mandate. It's about
I think
overthrowing the government.
I'm going to throw this out there. People that believe in the vaccine get the shot. People that don't believe in the shot don't get the shot.
Exactly.
I don't understand where we stand in the middle. If you believe that shot is going to protect you, regardless of what B5, B5275, it doesn't even matter. It goes back to the standard law. U.S. versus Massachusetts, 1905. Same thing over here anyway. I don't know what your law is on about that, but over here the law is pretty simple. They can mandate you getting a shot. Sorry about your luck. I think everybody that believes in the shot should get the shot. Don't get the shot, you're susceptible. It's that simple. Either you're going to be long in a hospital, hopefully come out the hospital, and a lot of people I know, 9 people that died, probably about 16 people that became very sick, A1 being one of those people. And unfortunately, most of those people are people of color. Melatonin, I'll just keep putting out there. I take my vitamin D all the time. That's pretty much it. You know, you're either going to take it or you're not going to take it. You're going to live or you're going to die.
That's pretty much where it's at. But I mean, it's been made into this political thing, right? That's what happened
big
in Canada.
Totally agree.
And it was just like I said, it was just the whole thing was astroturf, right? It was a fake movement, and because here's the thing, in Canada there's a couple of differences between kind of this and January 6th. Like what I saw was this was our own January 6th, but it was in slow motion. And this isn't the first time that people have used trucks as a protest. I discovered that it was either during Franco's rise or during Mussolini's rise that one of them marched on the Capitol and brought along a whole bunch of trucks to jam the city, right? To shut down the city, and that's what they did, right? They shut down the city. So this was our kind of January 6th, but again, it failed, right? In that these people who were top level organizers weren't so organized. They weren't so savvy. They didn't have somebody really on the inside in power. Like literally, there's a photograph in January or in the trucker protest where it says Pierre Poilievre for Prime Minister. But at the time that flag was being shown on the truck, Pierre Poilievre wasn't the leader of the Conservative Party in Canada. Erin O'Toole was. So that means there was a plan. Erin O'Toole's no longer the leader of the Conservative Party in Canada, right? What they did is they didn't like that Erin O'Toole wasn't hard right enough for them. So during this whole trucker, let's get rid of Trudeau, what they actually did is they got rid of the current Conservative leader and replaced him with a guy who's more like about freedom, and that's what he says all the time. He's going to make Canada the freest country in the world, and he wants to build pipelines, and he wants to take away funding from universities. He's a little bit fascist, I guess you could say. So he's not somebody I think we want in power. He's worth $9 million. He's been in government his whole life. So an elected representative in Canadian Parliament makes $180,000, and he's been there for 15 or 16 years. So how could he be worth $9 million? And he also pushed Bitcoin right as Bitcoin was crashing. And he talks about he's going to fire the governor of the Bank of Canada. And it is just that he's off. But like I said, it's kind of a transnational movement to push things hard and right. It's happening in Canada. It's happened in the United States. It's happened in Germany when hard right-wing neo-Nazis stormed the Reichstag there, which happened, I think, a year prior to January 6th. Orbán in Hungary has been elected, and he's hard right. Another guy in, I believe it is, I don't want to say Slovenia.
It's called Slovenia.
Slovenia.
That's previous to Yugoslavia.
Which yes, is well, there's Slovenia
the
and Slovakia.
Yep.
Anyways, there's a couple of very hard right politicians that have been elected in Eastern Europe, and as well, Le Pen is in France, and she got more of the vote than she ever has before. So it kind of shows, I mean, generally speaking, it just basically what I'm saying is the Overton window has been pushed more and more further to the right in Canada, in the US, I don't know, people don't see it. And as you said earlier, average Joe on the street just kind of is unaware. And even by my own admission, I'll say that I was kind of unaware of what was going on in Canada, of how the right wing was going a little bit off the rails, right? Up until the point of I was like clued in when a podcast that I was listening to that Chris Sky showed up on. And then I was like, hey, who's this guy? And he's making noise, and he's like on Alex Jones. So he's like discount Alex Jones in Canada in a way, right? So, but that's when I started paying attention to what was going on in Canada.
Tell TY I said hello, A1.
TY?
Tell him I said hello.
Oh, okay.
Tell him I said, what's up?
I just seen him. He's standing there talking to you. My boy. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, I'm about to get off here, man. We've been here 2.5 hours. I'm finished.
Right.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, it was a good talk. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah, man. I'll hit you up next time on the Discord and stuff.
Yeah, I just happened to check in on that because I got a message from somebody who is kind of more of my music thing. He was asking me, hey, are you still on Discord? So I looked in on it, and then I saw you popped up, and you're like, oh, I saw a message there, like, we're live. And I was like, holy shit. He's still
I'm on Discord
rolling this
every day, so I'll pop in there and say hello, all that. A1?
You check that Discord every day, Chris?
I'll try to join. I can't. I just can't deal with her, bro. I can't deal with her, bro.
That's all good, bro.
Yeah. Let me know when she's not on. I'll get on. I'm all good. Hopefully it's the same respected.
Oh, come on, man.
In her spot, I'll be in my spot.
So
she laid the line. I'm gonna put the line down. Respect gets respect.
You said you check in on that Discord all the time, Chris?
Dude, I'm on Discord like every day.
Oh, for real? I'll send you a message there.
I'm on there every day.
You're on there every day too, A1?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
What are you doing on that?
Well, I am because I'm in like about 4 different groups.
For what?
Are you? Yeah.
Well, because I'm doing my trucking thing now. I do my what's this shit called? My miners. So I'm in that group. I'm in the political groups. The rallies they have out here.
All right.
So I'm on there every day.
Okay. No, I just mainly used it for music related shit. For myself, like that's where I found hell, I was the one that suggested you get onto it and set it up something for this. But yeah, I didn't realize you guys were checking in regularly.
Alright.
I don't know. I'll send you a message, Chris. Over there.
Right. Hey man, I gotta get my kid ready for tomorrow. Absolutely.
All right, man. Be good.
Yeah, I appreciate your time. Have a good one. Take care.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
I want to thank everybody who was supporting y'all game.